Thank you very much.
Now we need to fix the relationship between the world and Beyonce.
Dude, I'm mad.
Well, are you?
Yeah, I'm upset
Yesterday
about it.
he was mad, and Ron came in and said, "Man, hey, Rich was letting the BeeHive have it this morning." And I'm like, "Yo, that was one. So now you're on that side too?"
Yeah, I'm pretty upset about it, especially on social media yesterday and seeing how it affected a lot of fans of Billie Eilish as well. And they even panned over to her, and she was crying because she obviously deserved it.
Billie Eilish was crying at the Grammys?
Yeah, because she thought she was potentially going to win because she had the best album and it wasn't Beyonce, and we all know that, and I feel gaslit.
Okay.
Whoa.
Okay.
It's true. It's true.
Once you start using words like that.
See, I got stuff yesterday because I was just saying that I felt like somebody else deserved to win. Whether it had been Billie Eilish, Sabrina Carpenter, any of those people. I just felt like somebody else deserved it. And it was kind of a makeup call for Beyonce to get that Grammy.
I saw one of the comedians do a reel where he said he's the one that puts a speaking mouth on pictures, and he was pretending to be Beyonce, and everybody was mad at her. She says, "I don't know why y'all mad at me." They're like, "They gave you that," and she's like, "They give me things because I'm Beyonce." And I thought it was hilarious because it is kind of true because there's a power.
Yeah.
The BeeHive, her sweat and her talent. She has immense talent.
Of course.
But I will say, I think Jelly Roll said it best when Jelly Roll said there's no better movement as far as of a song as in a song as far as Jolene.
Yeah.
And he was like, and what she did with Miley Cyrus was great. And he's like, and that Texas Hold'em. He's like, there were some good songs, solid songs on there. He's like, but not all those songs were good.
Right. No. And that's my whole point. You're talking about a collective.
And this was before the Grammys. He said that, so it wasn't him responding to her
that was
winning.
Months ago.
He said that way back. He's like, I think that Nashville is just very, very Nashville. And it's like, you have to live it and be it to represent it. And when people come in and try and get a little splash, whoever they are, they don't really get received with the open arms that they, maybe they should. He's like, that's up to people to discuss. And he was really, really nice about it. Because he was like, Beyonce is a beast of an artist.
Amazing.
But as far as a country body of work, it wasn't all, because it wasn't all the tenets of country and everything else. I didn't know it was an issue until I got home, because my daughter doesn't openly ask questions like that. We'll have conversations.
Yeah.
But she walked into the room and was like, "So do you think Beyonce should have won that album of the year?" And I was like,
"Ooh."
That was the first question I asked you yesterday.
Came in hot.
Yeah.
I was like, depends on who you ask. And she's like, "I'm asking you."
Okay.
And she was you could tell she had an issue. And so I was like, well, who do you think needed to win? I said, I think Beyonce won because Jay-Z ordered it a year early.
Yeah.
And she was like, what do you mean? I was like, he did an acceptance speech. He talked about how it was unfair. And I was like, then the dude who runs the Grammys came out and said, guess what? We listened. So I'm like, it was a lot. And it was like, Weeknd wouldn't come back. He's back. So I'm like, they must have made some changes. So I expected her to win. She was like, I just think it's unfair. I said, you wanted Taylor Swift because my daughter's the biggest Swiftie ever. She's like, no, I don't think her album deserved it. She's like, but Billie Eilish's album was so good. She really deserved it. And I'm so upset.
Yeah, exactly. And
I was floored.
Yes. And what happened to Billie, Beyonce did to her, because it happened to Beyonce. We saw it. She should have won for Lemonade.
Don't blame Beyonce.
And that's when Taylor Swift won.
The Academy. You have to say.
But that was the VMAs, I think. What was that, the VMAs or the Grammys?
I forget.
Where Kanye ran up and was
that
like,
was
That's
the VMAs.
Yeah, so she's been on the receiving end of
which
some of
blows
that.
my mind. She's been through this, and then she just did it to another artist.
But she didn't do it, though.
Second of all, how many Grammys do you need to win to
she
make
never
yourself
got-
feel good?
What are you going to do? You're going to limit her 33?
You're at the point where they're just giving them to you now because it's kind of like, bro.
The thing is, the message is sensitive.
That is so cold.
It's true though, because look at all these young girls that were in the actual category this year that actually
But she
deserved
didn't
it.
do it. Listen,
No,
I get
it's
it.
not her fault.
Get it. But everybody's saying they're mad at Beyonce. You're saying, how many do you need? It's like you expect her to say, hey, thank you for this. However, I don't deserve it, and I need to give it to somebody else. You know what I'm saying? There's no way to fix that.
She's just become annoying to me at this point. There are certain celebrities where I'm just kind of like, I'm tired of you.
You can't blame Beyonce for that.
I can.
Though.
It's the machine. It's Beyonce. It's Jay-Z. It's what that whole thing. It's become ick to me, and especially seeing Billy cry. I'm not the only one that feels this way.
I mean, you're definitely not. But I mean, everybody out here is being very daring and saying these things because this is BeeHive. Like
I never said I don't love her.
I'm not saying that. I'm not saying they're a gang, but they think they're a gang.
Well, you can hate me for saying this if you want, but she didn't deserve to win Best Country Album, and she definitely didn't deserve to win Best Album of the Year.
So, but the thing is,
it's true.
You have to.
It's crazy.
I thought about this yesterday, though. You have to kind of, if you're gonna give her album of the year, you kind of have to give her country album because you can't give another album country of the year if you're gonna get the.
It's stupid.
You get that? You get what I'm saying? It's like you can't call it the album of the year and then it be beat in another category by another.
Yeah, you can.
Album.
Yeah, you can.
Can you?
Yeah. You can. Just like Jay-Z said in his order of the album of the year when he went up on and did a speech. He's like, how you guys telling us that she has the best dance and she has the best single and she has the best pop vocal and she has all these songs that win all of these Grammys, amassing 30, and yet the collection of them don't equal album of the year. So he was saying that. He's like, how can you can't have her win all of these, and then when it gets to album of the year, like, sorry. And it's like, wait a minute, you just said all those individually were the best. So, it made sense, but again, she can't give it back.
Yeah, she can't.
It wasn't her. Listen, I'm saying in my naivete, it wasn't her. I don't know if there was a secret meeting. I don't know if there was an Illuminati.com or whatever it was. I'm just saying that I'm seeing a lot. And the country artists are upset, because they're like, because Lainey Wilson was like,
yeah, because it's BS.
Like she was forcing a smile because she's like,
on camera. She's on camera.
This camera's right in my face. They came directly to me.
Yeah.
So I asked the country station QIK
down the hall,
and they said best country album that was actually in the category was Post Malone. That's what
in their opinion.
In their opinion, who they thought would have won.
A lot of people said that because Posty went to, and this is the thing,
crossover.
He went to Nashville and worked with these artists.
Correct.
He didn't bring Nashville to them. Which
also says something, by the way.
It's when you're Beyonce, you don't really move to Nashville and kind of just start gigging in bar rooms and going to the Ryman and you know what I'm saying and all of that. You don't go there. But if you're Taylor Swift, you spend your time there to learn how to cultivate your craft. If you're Posty and you want to really show that you're in, you go to Nashville and you befriend these people and start recording and start learning and blah, 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 if you want to be ingratiated by that format. So it is really a tight-knit thing in Nashville. I mean, I got friends that live there, and they don't play as far as about the music.
And this doesn't take away any of what Beyonce's done in her past. I love Beyonce. I'm just very unhappy, and so are a lot of people, about what happened at the Grammys Sunday night because, again, I feel like I was living on a different planet, completely gaslit because it just didn't make any sense to me.
I want to get this. Wild, hello.
Hey, good morning. Oh, how you doing?
What's cracking?
Listen, the Grammys are biased towards certain artists, and it is quite obvious.
It's a power move. It's definitely a power move.
Yeah.
All right, look at the reggae category, right? Best reggae album. Once there's a Marley involved, whether it's Bob Marley, Ziggy Marley, Damian Marley, or a third generation Marley, no matter what the other artists, no matter how much work they put in, no matter how many sales they have, it's the Marley that's going to win.
That's been very standard, and that's why great point. That's why Harvey Mason Jr. went on when he did that speech and said we've added 13. I want to say it was 13,000. He said, but he said we added so many people who are now not the old stodgy people, the people who were making all of every time we watched the Grammys before, we saw somebody lose. Like when Drake lost to an artist that nobody really knew because he was the new buzz artist. That's because those old stodgy people were making those decisions. Now there's an influx of a lot of youth, a lot of variants, a lot of women, and like people who are in there who have a broader scope. So I'd want to say that I think that they're going to do better with that now that all of the old fogies are out of the way.
We'll see. The politics of the Grammys will always win.
Yeah,
We'll see.
Yeah,
it's
you're
definitely
right.
gonna be a part of it. I definitely agree with that. So you on point. But they do, boy. When the Marleys show up, dog, it's a wrap.
Yeah.
At least in the past, that's the way it's been.
That's a really good example.
The one year that the Marleys weren't in it, it was some white reggae group that nobody knew about one. And they're like, what the hell? Who are these people?
If you're going to change stuff about the Grammys and they wanted to bring the weekend out, this is one thing that needs to be changed as well. You can't pick and choose.
It's a work in progress.
I just want to make sure that I say that this Grammys is the first Grammys that I've watched from the beginning to the end in about 10 years.
Wow.
Like, I mean, it was a lot better. They didn't have them random orchestral whatever. So I thought it was great. And the Beyonce thing, if anything, does this affect her Cowboy Carter tour?
I mean,
nah, people are still
the backlash.
Beyonce fans,
does that make her pause and say, I need to not do this?
No, Beyonce fans are going to go no matter what. Even if they kind of liked the album, they're still going to go, and hopefully she'll play some of her old music and mix it in there as well.
Thanks for checking out our video. We really appreciate it, and I know you want some more, so make sure you hit like and hit subscribe right below.